I felt like we did what we wanted to do this series.
Their level is as high as it can get. On the defensive end, how tough is it for you guys to play your game for 48 minutes when you're taking the ball out of the net so much with their style?
Like I said, they got gifted scorers on their team. JT, JB, they make a lot of shots. They go back and forth playing one-on-one against everybody. But, yeah, like, only way we could have won that game is getting stops. But they did their job, so.
Drew, what did you feel like you did well to kind of build off of Game 3? You know, obviously you had a tough ending to that one, but 32 points in that one. What do you feel like you just did to kind of continue to roll and score the way that you were?
I think I just wanted to be aggressive, getting downhill, making the rim a focus, play out in transition, but keep pacing the game and try to initiate offense in that way. But I think we did a good job offensively. I think we moved it. I think we got what we wanted in the paint. I think down the stretch maybe struggled a couple plays, but that's how it goes sometimes.
Andrew, how much does this experience, these big playoff games and the way you played, especially the last two games, help you going into next year and just kind of having this under your belt now?
I think for a young team like us, this experience in the playoffs is second to none. It was a lot of our first times. You know, there's a lot of little things we maybe wanted to do better, and I think we've learned how these games go and how it's like what being in a series feels like. I've never played a team 7 times or 6 times in a row, so it's an interesting feel, and it was a fun experience, and a lot of things you could kind of reflect on and take into the next season for sure.
Andrew and Obi, when you look at what Miles has been to this franchise, you all joining in recently to this team, how has he kind of connected, you know, what was and what is now and kind of changed, the future here?
I think Miles has done an amazing job being a vet. Ever since I've gotten here, he's been super welcoming. He's allowed us to all grow, and he's kind of pushed us on and off the floor to be closer. And I just think he has a good vibe about him every day. He's always in there working early, staying late, getting his stuff done. Just a true pro, and done a great job for us with a young team.
What did this playoff experience mean to you? Your first time in a postseason setting, to have a signature shot in the last series, 3 podium games this series. What did that all kind of mean to you?
I mean, these are the type of games you dream of playing when you're younger. So I had an amazing time playing in the playoffs. This is the most competitive stage. And we have a fun, competitive group, so it's enjoyable to play with these guys. In terms of what I did, I think I didn't really think about it too much. I just tried to come in and make an impact when I touched the ball and help the team win, and I kind of fell into those spots.
Andrew, after the last series, Rick had kind of talked about how he thought your guys' season changed once you guys got out of Christmas and made the change to the starting lineup, and then obviously Pascal gets at it as well. Just what did you like about that starting lineup and kind of what you guys were able to do, and maybe how your defensive identity changed a little bit in that moment as well?
It's a tough question. Could you say it again?
Yeah. Essentially, just how much confidence do you have in this starting lineup that you guys kind of found as the season went on?
I mean, I think in terms of the starting lineup, I'm not sure what the lineup's going to be next year. I don't know. I think we just got better as we got more connectivity as the season went on. I think second half of the season we not necessarily changed what we were doing on that side of the floor, but I think we just had a better togetherness and a higher compete level that really just drove us to have better defensive games. I think what we need to do next year is have that compete level night in, night out. It's a great answer. Appreciate that, bro.
Andrew, you said you're referencing being a young team and the learning experiences you get into something like this. Kind of piggybacking on an earlier question, too, there were 3 games that y'all sort of had your hands on and were able to close it out. Is there anything about the last 3 or 4 minutes of a playoff game in a series like this that you guys have learned? Is it more intense? I mean, in other words, what do you think kind of happened that you maybe weren't ready to capitalize on in some of these games?
Yeah, I don't think we sort of had. I think we definitely had our hands on a few of these games. I think I think it gives us confidence to see what we can do next year. In terms of the X's and O's and the adjustments we could have made, at this point, I'm not really thinking about it.
Yeah.
We got to get better as a team next year, and I think learning from some of these experiences may help us to do better in this position next year.
Timing right after that game, but you're a free agent this summer. Have you thought all about your summer and what that's going to look like from that perspective?
No, not at all. I was focused on these games. And now that it's over, I'm just going to be chilling, right? That's.
That was actually going to be mine. Sorry, Obi. But I did want to ask overall, I mean, just what do you feel like the most important thing you guys learned about yourself over the course of these playoffs? I mean, that you didn't know already. What do you feel like just the experiences, the compete level taught you guys about yourself?
I mean, we all young on this team. We have a lot more years in this league, hopefully. But, like, this whole year, like, we grew as teammates. We grew as, like, a whole culture. Felt like everybody poured in everything